Hey everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can stay vegan. So what I mean by this is that most people think that vegan is just a diet, kind of like keto or paleo, or throw in whatever diet you want there, and that it's going to be hard to stick to. But that's not the case. Veganism is more of a lifestyle choice, and I guess you can say that about any diet too. Once you have your head and your heart set, it's not that hard to stick to. And I'll explain a little bit more about that. So I'm just going to start this off with two disclaimers. One, I'm not trying to force anyone to become vegan. It's all up to you. And two, I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, and I'm not qualified to give dietary or life advice, so please take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm going to link one of my friend's channels down below. Her name is Emily, and she talked a lot about this. She did a really great job. It really is all in the mindset about when you become vegan and how you can stay vegan and stuff like that. And I want to touch on it as well, going along with veganuary. So there really is no real reason to go vegan. If you missed one of my last videos about all the different reasons to go vegan, you can check that out here. But I talk about 30 or more reasons to go vegan that does not even include for the animals. And the most important thing when going vegan is you need to have your reason, and you need to keep that in your mind. If your reason is just to get fit or get skinny or something, you're probably gonna fall off, just like you might with another diet. With veganism, you kind of have to make that ethical connection and kind of what feels right to you in your heart. So for most vegans, it is the animals. They don't want to support animal cruelty and factory farming and all that. So once you have that in your head, that I'm not supporting animal cruelty anymore, I am never buying an animal product again, that makes it a lot easier to actually live by. So for me, it was the environment. And at first, I was not very good about it, like having that reason in my mind. I would just be like, oh, well, if I'm eating some milk when we go out to get ice cream, I'm not hurting the environment, or something like that. Or kind of like, oh, well, the milk is already here delivered to this ice cream place. My choice of whether or not I get the ice cream does not have an impact on the environment. So for me, it might have been a little more difficult than making that ethical, animal cruelty connection. But it did finally click one day when I saw someone post, I don't even remember where, it might have been a documentary or on Instagram or something, but I saw someone mention that you have to make that connection yourself. No one's gonna make it for you. You need to actually tell yourself why you're going vegan, what you believe in, and stuff like that. So for me, I finally told myself, I'm actually going in, I'm diving in, I'm going vegan for the environment and all the other reasons. That was just my main push, and that really helped me kick it into gear, I guess, and actually go all in and then never turn back. Because you see people who have been vegan for a year or 5 years or 20 years, and you're just like, how do they do it? And if you've ever tried a diet before, you probably think, wow, there's no way I can stick to a diet for 20 years. And that's because it's not just a diet. So one part of it is the ethical connection for yourself, or for me, it was the environment. The other part is feeling the benefits. So if you missed another one of my last videos about the pros and cons of veganism, spoiler alert, there is really no cons. You can check out that video here about all the pros as to why I stayed vegan. So that's a big thing too, is once you make that ethical connection and you've kind of formed that good habit, the next part about staying vegan is actually getting to reap and feel the benefits. So I'm not going to go too in depth about that here since I've already done it in my past videos, but for me and other people mostly, it is just how good you feel mentally and also physically. It's just kind of freeing to know that I am not contributing to climate change with my diet. I am not contributing to animal cruelty with my diet. I'm not contributing to deforestation with my diet, stuff like that. That was the great part about freeing you up mentally, and then the physical aspect as well. I'll talk about how eating plant-based gives you more energy, it gives you better workout recovery time, it makes you feel less bloated, it keeps your body more regular, you get all the nutrients you need, you might lose weight, and you have a lower risk of so many diseases and cancers and stuff. I've been talking a lot on Instagram in my posts and talking with my vegan friends and stuff about why they went vegan, and it's really interesting to see so many people go vegan for so many different reasons. Nobody has the same story, and it is just so interesting to see this community come together. And then after we've all been vegan for a time, I've learned that we all stay vegan for all of the reasons. If that doesn't make sense, I'm going to break it down. So what I mean is that I went vegan for the environment. I have a friend who went vegan for the animals, another friend who went vegan for their health. Now that we've all been vegan for a certain amount of time, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it may be, we have all realized that we stay vegan for all of the reasons. And what I mean is that I stay vegan not only for the environment, but for the animals, for my health, to save money, all of the other reasons I've listed in my other videos. And some of the other people that I talk to, they don't just stay vegan for the reason that they went vegan. They stay vegan also for the environment, for their health, and all of the other reasons. Some other things that can help you stay vegan is getting involved in a community. It doesn't have to be like PETA or something like that. It can just be I have a group of friends I interact with on Instagram, and we're all vegan. There's a group of vegans and vegetarians on Okinawa that I'm part of a Facebook page, and we interact there as well. So getting involved in a community really helps not only just keep you accountable if you're new, but also to give you inspiration for recipes and inspiration for where to go out to eat, new vegan items at the store, and things like that. It can be really helpful just to get involved and have people to talk to and interact with. Other things like learning how to cook, learning new recipes, learning new fruits and vegetables that you like, the restaurants in your town that you can go to. And a big push for me, I think, like kind of my turning point from like iffy vegan to like full-on vegan was just finally getting, one, my mindset, and then two, the courage to tell others. So at first I was just really scared to actually tell people I worked with and my friends and family that I was vegan because I didn't want people to accommodate me. I didn't want to be the center of attention, that kind of stuff. So it was really uncomfortable for me at first, like social wise, but eventually I just got up the courage. I don't care what people think. I'll bring my own food to a gathering so nobody has to cater me because I don't want people to do that. And then just also educating myself on the topic really helped me to be more confident, because then I was more confident to answer questions. Because like originally when people would ask me about veganism, I would not know what to say because I was uneducated or I was kind of nervous. But once I got myself educated and I learned the facts, it was a lot easier to talk to people when they asked me questions. So this isn't necessarily how to be vegan, but how to help others be vegan maybe. I think the most important thing when it comes to encouraging others to be vegan is to not push them. Take my husband for example. When I first went vegan, he was not vegan in the slightest. You can check out more about that in my vegan story right here. I talk about our first few months when I was transitioning and he wasn't. But basically it would have gone way down a hill if I would have been like, I'm going vegan, you're going vegan with me, we're not gonna eat any more meat, cheese, eggs ever again. That would have caused arguments between us. I mean, the same thing with your friends or if you have children, anything like that. It can just cause a lot of stress in your relationships, and it is really important to remember that everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their own reasons for going vegan, and it takes different amounts of time for everyone. So like I mentioned in my vegan story video, Daniel is like 95% vegan now, and that was all on his own terms. I did not push him at all. So I don't have any friends that I've encouraged to be vegan, but I do have one friend that I'm like kind of nudging in the right direction. She seems really interested about being vegan, especially all the health benefits. She was the one who introduced me into one of my favorite books called How Not to Die. But for her, I can tell that she hasn't quite made that ethical connection or that connection in her heart and her mind, because I think to her it's still just kind of a diet and something that you can't stick to. I'm part of this group with my church as well, and we get together one night a week, and it used to be we would cook basically an entire vegan course and an entire non-vegan course, and I'm just like, this is pointless, why are we doing this? I never said anything though, because I was happy that they were accommodating me. That made me really happy. But then one day the leaders of the group finally realized, this is really silly that we're making 2 full meals. This is taking so much time and energy and money. Why don't we just make the night that we meet vegan night for everybody? And I was like, yay! So the point is, I didn't push anybody in that entire group. I did educate them sometimes about veganism. I talked about it occasionally, but I was never like, we're eating vegan Thursday nights because I can't eat meat. I can't even stand to look at meat. I wasn't like crazy about it. I was just kind of like, thank you for accommodating me. I really appreciate it. And then eventually they were the ones who realized, let's all eat vegan on Thursday. And I know it's a very baby step, but it still is the fact that do not push people. That'll just drive a wedge in relationships, that'll cause issues, and then that might even make them resent the idea of veganism and then not want to go vegan at all. Another big tip I have is to just be easy on yourself, and I think this will help you stay vegan as well. This happens a lot for me with the language barrier, or even early on in my vegan journey. If you've seen the rest of my videos in this series, you know that I didn't know that sugar and whey protein and gelatin were not vegan, and I consumed those occasionally. Instead of realizing, oh no, I consume gelatin, guess I'm just gonna revert back to being an omnivore. Like, no, that was silly. I would just learn from that mistake, realize that gelatin's not vegan, and then just keep that in my mind and be like, okay, well now I'm never eating gelatin again. And then same for you. If you accidentally order something with cheese, or you didn't realize the ice cream you were eating didn't have dairy in it, or does have dairy in it, just learn from your mistake, remember what you did wrong, learn from it, move on. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean that you're still not a vegan. It doesn't mean that you're still not trying. So try your best, learn from your mistakes, and be easy on yourself. I did give a lot of little reasons, but the biggest reason, number one, is to remember why you went vegan. Whether it be for the animals or for the earth or for your health, keep that in mind, and it makes it a whole lot easier to stick to it. And then also going along with that, realizing that veganism is a lifestyle and not just a diet really does help kind of make that connection, I think. And then just also realizing that it's not restrictive. You can still enjoy burgers, you can still have dessert, still have all of your favorite foods just veganized. I think those 3 combined. Make the connection and remember why you went vegan. It doesn't have to be restrictive, and it's a lifestyle. lifestyle choice and not just a diet. Those are the big three I think that will help you go vegan and stay vegan. I hope I covered everything in this video and I hope it made a lot of sense. I hope you learned something from this and it might even encourage you to stay vegan. Like I said, don't forget to check out my friend Emily's video. I will link that down below. She does probably a much better job explaining it than I did. I felt like I was a little scatterbrained. In my pro-con video, if you watched that, you saw that I was all excited that it was the last week of veganuary, and you're probably seeing this video and you're like, no, there's still another week left. That's because I've decided to post twice a week. Round of applause, thank you. Because I am really passionate about making videos and educating people. Thought it'd be a lot better for you guys to have more content to watch. This might be temporary. I'm trying it out for veganuary because I had so many ideas I wanted to cram into this month and it wasn't gonna work if I was just doing one video a week. We'll see how sustainable it is for me because I work full-time, I go to school full-time. I'm trying to make a whole bunch of videos for my YouTube channel. It might not be sustainable for me to make 2 videos every week. I might have to go back to 1, but for now we're doing 2 videos a week. So I hope that you enjoy all this veganuary content, especially if you're a new vegan or you're researching veganism and you're interested. I really hope this helps you. If you like this topic and all my other veganuary content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I love making this content and I love to see that it pays off for you guys as well. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember that these small changes you make have a big impact in the long run. Bye guys. This is gonna be a mess, but I just had to get through it. So the part we're gonna pause that. Where was I going with this? Oh,